Okay, so good evening, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, and I'll be doing this interview once again. Here I am with Nico Guarte in this interview setup. So, to the viewers watching, good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, everybody. So, we'll be continuing our series with a series of interviews wherein we ask fellow sim racing enthusiasts in the Philippines how to get started in the world of sim racing. And without further ado, let's get to it. So, who is NicDroid?
Hello, what's up, everybody? I'm Nick. As you mentioned, I'm Nico Guarte, or also known as NicDroid. I'm a DJ and music producer, also a content creator, and a big fan of racing in general. So not just in sim racing, but even in real life racing.
Amazing, amazing. Wow, you're it doesn't really look it, but it's the passion that counts. It's not really
It's
what you present, but it's actually what you really like to do because the
it
passion says it all.
it what's drives me.
Yes. And also, just to get started, what got you into the world of sim racing?
Here, uh, yeah. My friends are inviting me to play a lot of sim racing games, especially Luis. Luis ang nagyaya sa akin to try this new simulator that they have near my place and like, okay, let's do it.
Oh,
And
okay.
doon nag-spark lahat ng interest ko on the sim racing part because for me, I'm a car guy myself rin naman, pero not in the level of who knows how to do project cars and stuff. But
Mhm.
yung how can I perform without, spending a lot of gas, prone to crash and something like that.
Yes,
Syempre, may budget constraints rin tayo eh.
yes, definitely. Kasi especially given our situation right now, COVID at saka, di tayo makakalabas, di tayo makabili ng mga ano natin.
Hindi ako maka-upgrade ng equipment ko.
Ako din. Kailangan nga ng bagong hard drive, pero sabi ko, that can wait. Pero, but delivering content at now, since grabe, ang online consumption ng content, grabe, all-time high ngayon, di ba? Kaya
Yes, indeed.
sobrang amazing ng community online ngayon. And also to supplement to that, what sim racing equipment did you start out with? Like what game, what setup, and how did you learn it?
Oh, this is a pretty interesting question because it was considered sim racing that time because that's the technical limit pa nun. And it's not that I own, it's from my friend,
Hmm.
and he owns a Sega Saturn, and it's the
Ooh,
game called Virtua Racing. It's the is
wow.
the If it sounds familiar, yes, that's the arcade and console game before Daytona USA. And that time, that's the closest thing that I can tell that I can feel the sim racing, even though you cannot customize your own car. It's
Mhm.
just playing your tracks, getting as fast as possible on every section, and so forth.
Nice. Yeah, I mean that game is a classic, huh? I mean
Yeah, dude,
it's like a hidden
I
gem
have it on
nowadays.
my yeah, I have it on my Nintendo Switch actually.
Oh,
Nung nilabas nila sa Nintendo Switch yung Virtua Racing, kinuha ko kagad.
that's a good find. That's a good buy, man. I mean, wow, the classics must never die. Even don't mind the graphics, but the memories made through that game. Wow, it's
Oh,
priceless,
wait
diba?
till, oh, wait till you see the HD version of Nintendo Switch. Talagang
Oh,
in-improve from
oh,
Sega Genesis, from 32X, from Sega Saturn, to Nintendo Switch. Ang laki ng improvement. The
wow,
developers got it, nailed everything.
nice.
So I encourage you guys to check it out. Even just watch it on the gameplay video. The Nintendo Switch version of Virtua Racing is pretty cool.
Oh yes, definitely. Definitely. So to the viewers out there, even on a handheld device, wow, there's actually value in actually considering like a Nintendo Switch. There's actually outlets for games on Switch, right, Nico?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And wow, it just keeps adding up basically. And
Mm.
also, if I were to ask you, Nico, how would you recommend someone to get started in the world of sim racing? Like we all have this stigma that sim racing is expensive, it's difficult, it's only for the guys who are good. But come on, we all know that these are not true, right?
Yes, that's definitely true. And this is coming from a music game. I'm a arcade music gamer, and I have a lot of music game controllers, like from, let's say, Dance Dance Revolution, from Beatmania. I even have one here. Let me get it for you.
Sure.
Here's the sound voltex. Yes,
Wow.
this stuff like this are pretty expensive, and so are sim racing. But everybody gets started with a keyboard and a gamepad.
True. Very true. Very
That's
true.
the reality, because we have to familiarize the game that we wanted to play somehow.
Mhm.
Kaya kami mga music game players, hindi namin muna problema namin dapat may controller kami to get the arcade-like experience. Ang gusto lang namin, we want to familiarize the game, even though before na magkaroon kami ng arcade game, finally somewhere on the arcade establishment that I can mention right now. And ganoon rin dapat sa world of sim racing.
Yes.
Makontento kami na kung ano meron ka. So, kung may gamepad ka, or even just a simple, like, let's say, an SNES controller, that's actually pretty fine.
Yeah.
Okay lang yun. Kasi the thing that you want to start with when you're playing sim racing is to familiarize how will you get into the first place, how will you get into tweaking your car, or even if you have experience on, let's say, car mechanic, kung car mechanic ka, rather, magiging helpful na rin sa yun. Ako rin, di ako naging mekaniko, pero may mga terms and mga terminologies na how to fix this, how to modify this, nagigigets ko kaagad eh. Thanks, JK. And
yes.
Kung yung mga nakikita yung mga controllers na, let's say, the Logitech G29, yung Thrustmaster, hindi naman kailangan meron ka kaagad nun eh.
Yes.
Hindi naman kailangan na you have the high-end, you have the baller one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know not all people have luxury to buy just because they're already interested with the game.
Definitely.
And ang best talaga na so going back to the lean answer that nasabi ko na is to get started with a keyboard and a gamepad. Okay na yon. And then all you have to do is to have fun. Even you don't have to start with sim racing, to be exact. Hindi naman kailangan iRacing ka agad. Hindi naman R-Factor ka agad. Kahit magsimula ka like Daytona USA, Virtua Racing, Need for Speed, okay na rin yon. Anything that will do to make you familiarize with the racing in general, it will get you started immediately at magbi-build up yan.
Yes. And also, just to add to that, also, they may seem very similar to each other, diba? Pero they're not the same. But however, the skill that we actually use to get into those games, that's the thing that makes all the games similar. Am I right?
Exactly.
So
kasi remember,
this
is all mind game. May utak ka rin ginagamit when you're doing going to sim racing eh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, kailangan mo rin gamitin ang utak mo. Hindi naman kailangan na physical kaagad. Like, you need to have a physical feel kaagad. No.
Mm-hmm.
Kahit sabi mong nagmaneho ka na, you know how to drive, you have your own driver's license. But, kung kahit wala nga, even for those people who okay, here we go.
Nawala. It's okay. Keep going.
Okay. Going back to it. Yung as I'm saying before, iba nga eh, some professional professional skilled na sim racer doesn't have a driver's license as first eh. Di ba?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong there. Kasi alam ko meron din naman, pero
definitely.
Some of them are already skillful na wala pang driver's license. Isa na dyan si Omo Rice, si Hilde. Magaling na yan.
Yes,
wala pang
definitely.
lisensya yun. Nakita ko na yung performance niya. Galing. Yun.
Definitely.
That and hope that that alone for what you have, for kahit underpowered ang PC mo, you can only run a very simple game, racing game, okay na yun.
Definitely.
Kasi for better or for worse, kailangan mo pa rin gamayin kung ano ang roots ng racing game. Like, it doesn't have to be sim racing kaagad. Alright.
Grabe. Nice. Talagang, wow. you've broken it down for the viewers, and then even if as something as old as as a Nintendo system or a PS2, it still applies until now, because the skills you get out of there, it still happens now. Sure, it doesn't feel, it feels
Mm.
retro, it feels old, but the skills were the skills of the new games were really based from there anyway. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
so
It
that's
applies to every game.
yeah.
It applies to every game, to every esports that you're familiar with. I mean, come on. We all live in the days of Counter-Strike, Dota,
Yes.
that has very pretty primitive technology that back then.
hmm
Pero they still got advanced. So,
hmm Even nga
even nga,
right
di ba?
now Even nga right now sa Facebook gaming, if you look hard enough, may mga nag-stream ng CS 1.3. How
Exactly.
how cool is that? Diba? It's a nostalgia trip basically,
Oo, exactly.
I know
That,
the young guys now won't be able to relate to it that much, but if you reach our age, that's
oh,
nostalgia purely for us, diba?
bro, ang tanda na natin.
It's
But
okay.
yeah, the point there is no matter the old or new the game are you playing,
hmm
pag nag-spark sa yung yung racing game na yon, it will benefit you for the future ng sim racing.
Definitely, definitely. Kasi for one is that you know everybody starts somewhere, and for pro racers out there, for example, for them to maintain skill, they need to have track times. No matter if they're tired or not, they really have to maintain skills. Kasi,
Exactly.
so given this pandemic, there are no live races happening now. F1 is going online. WRC is going online. Well, what
Online,
more?
yeah.
Diba? So,
Ito
yeah.
rin. Ito rin nakikita ko because for those who are know, yes, I'm also a Twitch streamer
Ooh.
and I do a lot of content aside from music games and DJ
Mhm.
sets. So I used to stream Daytona USA arcade on like
Ooh.
2 years ago, and nakita ko yung impact ng mga tao. Like some people are like, "Hey, nagsa-sim racing ka na pala." Like even though it's not exactly sim racing, pero
Mhm.
nakaka-hype na tignan na, "Hey, parang gusto ko pumunta parang gusto kong magkaroon ng kahit arcade style na wheel na walang force feedback and just start playing the game." That's the motivation that you need.
Yes. Yes.
And that alone will help you pag gusto mong mag-commit sa sim racing.
Yes.
I mean,
Definitely.
let's take it from Luis na nag-start sa gamepad.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Oh,
one clear example. Yeah.
di ba?
I mean, he
And for me,
started out. Yeah. Yeah. Go for it.
mm, yeah, for me, kasi I'm not that but as not an expert for sim racing and stuff, pero I'm more on the content creating side, and I pinag-aaralan ko yung mga demographic kaya pumupunta ako sa mga events like Toge Battle and Philippine Autocross Championship Series. Thank you JK
Yes.
and Hilde for inviting me there. And
Yes.
nakikita ko yung yung impact nga ng tao, and how does it related how does this how does this relate to what I do na gumagawa ako ng content for fun or even for people to see, pero doon nag-spark sa akin yung my love for niche and variety, which is sobrang underrated. Sim racing in our local gaming industry is
Mhm.
too underrated pa. Even though nakikilala niyo si Terence on playing sim racing games, pero hindi pa sapat yun eh. Sa
No,
totoo lang.
definitely not. Hindi pa sapat yan.
Oo. Parang nafi-feel ko na si Terence ay kailangan ni Terence ng iba ng maraming pang talo sa gumagawa ng sim racing content or just racing content in general.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
pag nakita ko yung hype na yun, grabe, I will love that community forever.
Pa-follow
Doon yung,
natin yan.
yeah,
Automatic yan.
that's the passion that we have on the music game industry. Kasi nafe-feel namin yung sim racing community because music games are so underrated rin. Like,
Mhm.
sobrang equally underrated. Minsan, tumataas na nga na konti yung sim racing, which is pretty exciting for me and it's pretty good to hear, anyway.
Mhm.
And coming from the person who plays a lot of arcade music games, gumagawa kami ng tournaments, pero hindi pa rin yun kasing sikat ng, let's say, mainstream na Dota 2, CS:GO, FPS games, and other stuff.
True,
And
true.
ang primary goal ko talaga, bakit ako gumagawa ng content na sobrang niche is to promote them. And that includes the sim racing.
Yes,
Kaya I
definitely.
hope you viewers has a motivation uh to get started on not just sim racing. Sim racing is pretty good. I love it. And lahat ng gusto mo na sobrang underrated, break all the stigma that you need na sim racing na ay sobrang expensive to. You need to invest a lot of it. Or even in music games na, ay hindi, parang auto jam lang to or something like that. No, we also breaking that kind of stigma rin in
Yes,
our community. Kaya connected ba, parang kindred spirits ang music game and sim racing community dito eh.
yes, definitely, definitely. Kasi one way or another, related din tayo lahat eh. Kasi una-una may platforms tayong ginagamit, at saka we have a
Exactly.
community, tsaka the support group, oh my God, the support group, the camaraderie it promotes, it's massive, diba? It's wow, it's beyond words.
Yeah, that's the powerful factor ng gaming community natin dito. Like not just in our local community but
Mhm.
in the entire gaming community in the world. Saan ka
Yes.
mapunta? May mga times na niche sikat yung isa. Pero na-dimension ko naman kung ano yung kalagayan natin or what I'm seeing right now.
Mhm.
Kasi that's just my point of view ko lang naman. For people, baka sabihin nila, yeah, okay naman ang sim racing. It's not that underrated. Or even people are gonna agree with me na, oo nga, underrated pa rin ang sim racing.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, just to add to that, do you believe that racing simulators are the future of the racing world?
I'm gonna extend JK Pelayo's answer, and that future is now. And that's for a good reason. We're advancing. Lahat ng technology, ini-embrace na natin.
Mhm.
Like, we're doing online interviews like this. We're embracing it. We're,
Yes.
you guys listening to my DJ sets online. That's also the future.
Mhm.
Na hindi na tayo gumagamit ng vinyl, hindi na tayo gumagamit ng mga CDs ngayon. We're on digital now, all
Mhm.
on the cloud, and you're seeing it live from my own studio.
Yeah.
That's the future. Hindi pwedeng maiwan ang sim racing doon.
Mhm.
And from the background of doing a lot of live streams and seeing a lot of content creators from local to international, dapat na tayo kasabay na dapat natin sila because the other countries have already started the future of sim racing for 2 to 3 years ago, at least for the mainstream's perspective. Pero I'm not saying na late na tayo. We're not too late pa. Kaya I'm agreeing with Jiggy Pelayo's answer there na ito na nga tayo. It's time for us to pursue the sim racing. Is
Mhm.
as important as the real racing that we watch, that we
Yes.
awe, that we see on kung ano may paborito niyong track na puntahan like TCH, BRC,
Mhm.
Clark International Speedway.
And
Tama.
also,
So,
to add to that, may rumors nga going online. There's this guy. Shout out to this guy who's designing Clark International Speedway for Assetto
oh
Corsa.
yes, I heard of that. Shout
Yeah,
out to you.
shout out to that whoever that guy is, and if you're watching this video, more power to you, man.
More power.
I mean, for fellow racing enthusiasts to even to get lap time out of the project that you're gonna do, man, you're gonna be a star, man.
Yeah. Magsa-sky.
Not just sim racers will love you, even actual racers or the classic old guys will love you.
Yeah,
Kasi, di ba?
even for those who cannot go to see Clark International Speedway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like kay
Talaga.
malayo or mahalantol,
Oh,
di ba? Well, there's
like
an alternative.
yeah, remember na some of the Philippine tracks are known by international people rin, and not all
Mm-hmm.
of them can go to that track.
True, true, very true.
Kaya shout out sa iyo, sir.
That's a pretty that's a pretty good cause. I know it's a tough project. You have to get the elevations right, but don't worry, you have a support group behind you. I
Yeah.
mean, we guys, we support whatever cause that promotes the racing community, basically.
Mm.
So yeah, nice. Also, what is your biggest takeaway from your experiences in sim racing? Because I keep getting this question from my viewers. What value does it add for me, or what's in it for me if I go into sim racing?
Actually, there's a one pretty obvious answer for that. It's your mind. How you control your mind, your
Mm-hmm.
temper. I mean, okay, let's break it down to using the example of other type of games like there, fighting games. You're
Yes.
controlling your temperament.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying not to get pressured by your enemy. That also applies to sim racing.
Mm-hmm.
Music games, your rhythm, your muscle memory. That's also crucial in sim racing, right?
Yes,
And
definitely.
and even FPS, which is your reflexes.
Yes.
That's also important. So that's the takeaway. It's training not just your body, not just your own vehicle if you're racing in real life, or if you're racing in sim racing, you're also training your mind. How will you control this properly? How you get it smooth? How do you get the fastest lap you can ever pull off? That's
Nice.
the biggest takeaway, not just on sim racing, but in gaming in general.
Nice. Actually, for the viewers out there, NicDroid here has provided basically the solution to the whole umbrella. You know, it's not just exclusive in a niche like sim racing, but gaming in general. Actually, that is actually one massive value that the viewers can actually receive right now. And wow, it can actually open ideas because even if the viewers watching may not go into sim racing, but at least the gaming industry is also in the biggest boom. And sim racing is just a part, just a slice of a pizza on that whole thing, right? So it one way or another it's interconnected. So to those
Exactly.
considering it, go for it, go for it. Your journey here is
The,
just about to begin, but we're just in an interview here. But at least if this has added value, do take action, and then results are about
yes,
to be made.
the doors are always open for that kind of opportunity.
Yes, definitely. And also, what is your racing discipline of choice? Because if we talk about racing in general, it's a pretty broad spectrum, right?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes
So,
indeed.
for how about for
So
you?
all right, I down to two best discipline of choice. So, but I'm more entitled to circuit
Oh, circuit.
because of Daytona USA and virtual racing. Yeah, more on circuit, the NASCAR type circuit. Yeah, and also
Mhm.
autocross. I'm also
Yes.
interested with autocross. So if circuit is more on consistency
Mhm.
on your lap, on autocross it's more on your reflexes, which is I really love, and
Yes.
I love watching autocross. That's why you guys see me doing watching on Philippine Autocross Championship Series because of that.
Mhm. Definitely.
Yeah,
It's pretty.
because
Yeah.
it's another way of me saying I need to learn how to control my car, especially for the last minute cases, like example, may biglang tumawid sa'yo and you want to
Oh
get
no.
your reflexes pretty quickly na hindi mo siya babangga.
Yes.
That
Yes.
could benefit with autocross.
It's inevitable actually, since the
Yeah.
pedestrian could be like a chicane.
Yeah, exactly.
Very high speed chicane is wow. No, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's not. Oh, it's not just like it's gonna win you awards for being the fastest time for autocross. It's also saving your somebody's life
mhm.
at least. Kahit sabihin natin yes, kasalanan nila kasi they are not crossing in the right time in the night right. Pero you're still giving it some human parang you're still human to say na yeah, we don't want to crash.
Yes. Mhm.
Kaya napalaki ng impact sa akin ng autocross rin. Even though like even people like JK are inviting me and my trusty old Corolla AE92 to participate
Yeah.
in autocross, but probably soon. I'm still working on some rigidity upgrades for that.
Don't worry. We all start from somewhere. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pero it comes to sim racing, yes, I'm more into circuit.
Nice. Nice. There's also one thing that we want to promote to the viewers is that one reason why many people have a circuit discipline of choice is because, for one, it's a race wherein you have a controlled environment, and two is that you know who you're up against with, right? I'm sure hindi naman sikreto kung sino ang kalaban mo, di ba? Usually you have the right to know who you're up against with. And number three, we're also promoting road safety, since we we want to lessen the accidents on the street one way or another, and we're all doing our best to promote it, actually. So yeah. All right. Just a technical difficulty here. All right. Let's give it a minute. It's okay.
All right. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's okay. No worry.
All right.
It happens. Don't worry.
All right. Going back to that topic.
Yeah, going back to the topic. Basically, it's just for us to avoid any road safety violations, and for the other one is that the one massive value we can get out of this is that we're promoting racing in a controlled environment, right?
Exactly.
Because more or less you know who you're up against, right? I'm pretty sure it's not a secret who you're up against or
Yeah.
what class you're going to be getting into, because you have to know. Diba?
Exactly. And circuit is beginner friendly, but when it comes to real racing, it's the most expensive to beginning with.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
why people are recommending autocross first.
Mhm.
And for sim racing, that's actually the beginner friendly way to get started in sim racing.
Yes, definitely.
That's the beauty of sim racing as well.
Mhm.
And
And
autocross is just
yeah,
the next level there for sim racing.
yeah, yeah. Especially if someone were to emulate that scenario, and I think it's possible, right? Like in Assetto Corsa, and especially there's this other game. What do you call this? R Factor 2.
Yeah, R Factor too.
Yeah, apparently, if I may share a life hack, actually, there was actually a time wherein we were able to, I think sila JK yun, they were able to mimic a course that's been used in the autocross track, and they were able to
Oh,
replicate it online. So
oh
parang
man.
wow, it was as if they were there. Di ba? Kasi grabe yung foresight ng mga game developers, especially ngayon, di ba?
Oh, exactly. Yun yung
Mhm.
word, yun yung code kanina na the future is now. Doon yun tumama.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. I bet from what we just mentioned right now, I'm sure the viewers are in shock na, uy, pwede pala yun? There's such a thing. Yes, it is.
Yes.
And I urge you to check it out, because you know, if may paraan naman talaga eh, 'di ba?
Yeah.
I mean,
Ito, I have one more factor that people might get into sim racing.
mhm.
There's also a sim racing. There's also a game mode for Toge. If you know the Toge, if you're
Mhm.
watching, you're a big fan of Initial D. You know
Yeah.
that's how Mountain Pass racing game mode works.
Mhm.
You can also replicate that on Assetto Corsa, I believe, and R
Yes.
Factor,
Yes.
and like you can be like the most awesome Initial D in sim racing industry. You can recreate that. That's the beauty of the sim racing rin. You also enhance your creativity. At the
Mhm.
same time, you're honing your skills for, let's say, a real life racing.
Mhm. Definitely. Wow. Yep.
I'm a big fan of Initial D, man, and for
Same.
those who are know, I'm also making Eurobeat. So
Yes.
that's where JK Pelayo got me into the sim racing scene as well, because they wanted to do like a drip events, drip courses, and toge, which is I got interested. Like, come on, sign me up.
Yes,
And
definitely.
also at the same time, I could express the love and the love for the music, the love for the sim racing through music.
Mhm.
That's what
Yes.
it. That's why I'm making Eurobeat remixes, Eurobeat mix,
Mhm. Mhm.
and there's a Eurobeat related something I will do this coming Saturday, but I'm gonna save that for the shout out later.
Yes, yes. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. And also, to those who are watching Initial D, I also noticed something. It's not about just the driving, but what gives it the eye candy is actually the soundtrack, right? The
Exactly.
Eurobeat, that's what made it also famous, right? Like sure you
Exactly.
can just you can leave out all the music and the slides, right? But without those, it's not Initial D, di ba? Parang kulang.
Exactly. The manga and the anime will not be popular because of Superior Beat.
Yes, definitely. So it was a great thing that that existed because even in actual races now, even in JK's runs during the Rallycross season, he would even stream it on his phone that he plays, Eurobeat songs just to be in the zone because he
I
can
think
really he did.
he did played one of my tracks.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Nice.
Are you familiar with Williams Beep Beep ang sabi ng Jeep?
Yes, yes.
Piliin niya yan, yung Eurobeat mix ko habang he's doing I think it's a Type A course on PAX 2 years ago or a year ago.
I think that was a year ago. I think
Oh
that was
yeah,
a
a year
year ago.
ago.
Yeah,
He played my remix. Shout out to JK pala. Thanks.
yeah.
Siya yung isa sa mga nag-support ng Eurobeat genre ko aside from the usual electronic house music and hardstyle.
Yeah, true. And also shout out to JK na siya yung nagpakilala sa akin sa inyo eh. So he's the reason why I'm actually, I'm actually affiliated with you guys. Well, he connects a lot of people talaga, It's amazing.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to JK, man.
JK Pilayo,
Man, you're the man. You're the
you the
man.
man. Yeah.
And okay.
All right, so here we go. Your favorite part of the interview. Do you have a page where your viewers can reach out and connect with you?
Nako,
Go
mukhang
for
mahaba to.
go for NicDroid. Go for it.
Yeah, all right. Okay, you can find me on Facebook. It's facebook.com/NicDroid. I post music and live stream content or sometimes replays. And probably soon enough, I'll be going back to playing at least arcade games like Daytona USA again. Since you guys, the viewers, love it. You guys love watching me play Daytona in Initial D actually.
Yes.
And you can also find me on YouTube. Same content. It's youtube.com/NicDroid. And you can also find my Eurobeat carpool mix there where I do a live Eurobeat mix inside JK Pelayo's car. You can find it there. it's, it's one of the videos that got me a little bit popular on the Eurobeat industry. Like, what are you doing this? Are you insane? Yeah, do it right now. I'm that mad lad. You can find it on YouTube, and I'm also streaming on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/NicDroid. And same thing, same content, but mostly I'm on doing DJ mix and playing music games. And speaking of DJ mix, right on time, tama yung topic natin because I'll be streaming tomorrow, which is April 25.
Mhm.
I'll be streaming your mix, a full Eurobeat remix mix there, and I
Mhm.
asked a lot of para communities, initial D communities, and even SimRacing, and
Yeah.
even DDR Dance Revolution communities to ask for a Eurobeat song, and I
Mhm.
will put it on my live mix tomorrow. You can watch that on NicDroid Twitch channel.
Mhm.
And also, you can find my old and new tracks on SoundCloud and Spotify and Deezer. And if
Nice.
you're familiar with the inside joke that I am the Lumpia God, that's where you find the reason why I'm being called Lumpia God. I'm not saying that but I'm confirming that.
Yeah.
And about the time that we're filming this, I'm also involved with some particular project with Moonton, which is if you're playing MOBA on your phone, which is Mobile Legends and Rumble Royale. I've been doing a basic remix there. But if this is published the day after on, don't worry, you'll still see it on my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. And yeah, I'm good with that.
Nice. So guys, be sure to follow Nick Droid on his channels and on his pages, because man, this guy will give you massive value, especially if you're into the sounds or if you're into gaming in general. Because basically, this guy is a well balanced a well balanced individual, and he's from work from home now in the studio, given this COVID-19. What hey, the the show goes on, right, Nick? Yes, and
Exactly.
also to top everything off, what are your last words on racing simulation in a nutshell?
Man, what is racing simulation for me then?
Yes,
Racing simulation
in a nutshell.
is,
Basically, what will your one-liner be? Like, how will we remember Nick Droid in the motion of sim racing?
let's
Yeah.
generalize the whole talk that we have. Racing
Hmm.
simulation is passion. It's a
There we
passion
go.
that it's the passion that you take if you're committing to it, and it's not just on the professional side, even for the casual, it's
Hmm.
still a passion. And you, if you have that passion, you have that motivation, you can set your goals and you can achieve it. And I believe in you, and you're watching right now, I believe in you.
Yes.
I believe in you, no matter what it takes, no matter the hardship, no matter the equipment that you have, kahit sa
Hmm.
keyboard ka man magsimula,
Hmm.
I believe in you and hope you get successful. You be successful. Sorry, you be you're going to be as successful in the sim racing industry, but also in the gaming and also in life in general.
Nice. So perfectly well said to the viewers out there. If you still have doubts and if you still have questions, please feel free to reach us, either myself, Keanu, or Nick. Uh, Basically, we're just here promoting sim racing and actual, and your journey has barely begun. So our
Yes.
time here in the interview is done, but I'm pretty sure your journey has just begun. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
be a massive change or a drastic change. Small steps can make all the difference. All right,
Yeah.
it's just a
Exactly.
matter
We're
of
rooting for you guys. We're rooting
yes,
for you.
yes. And it doesn't matter if it's a small step or a big step, but don't worry, you'll all get there one way or another. As for me,
And
I'm still starting out. I just recently streamed just last month, but hey, it all
yeah.
pays off from all the experience in the past. But I'm still networking now. One of the reasons why I'm actually linking up with these awesome guys is because we all have experiences that we don't know of. But
Yeah.
if you get to combine them in the community, wow, you are a powerhouse, right?
Exactly.
Especially in the Philippines, it's a hidden gem basically, sim racing, right? You
Yeah.
have to find them, but what better way to draw out the people, but just to promote it, you know?
Exactly. There's no experience too small or too big.
Hmm.
You have to get started somewhere else. Yun ang
Yes,
laging sinasabi sa akin rin ni Luis. And it doesn't apply just to me inviting me to do sim racing, but also in life. Shout out rin
yes,
sa'yo, Luis.
yes. Thank you. Thank you to Luis, and congratulations pala on your race earlier today. Wow, it's a massive
Oo, congrats.
massive results were made that day. Double win back to back, bro. I mean,
Oo, grabe.
wow.
Galing.
And against the teenage phenom Inigo Anton. Shout out to you too. And
Yeah.
I hope to connect with you in the interview one day. And I'm very proud of your growth from back then to now. It's more power to you, basically. You know, it's
Awesome.
so big. And also before we conclude this interview, do you have any last minute shout outs for Nick Droid?
Okay. Shout out to the sim racing sesh people like you and JK, Luis, and also for the outside people like Miyogi Warrior 34, Jeremiah, if you're watching this interview of mine, for my friends, for my family, who's been supporting the craziest the stuff that I do, the craziest things about do inside the sim racing and out. And I'll also shout to the fans of NicDroid, to the Church of Lumpia community. Thank you very much.
That's the spirit. Wow, guys, I am overwhelmed with the contents that has been shared, but I hope this has provided massive value to all of you, and to those who are standing by to watch our next series of interviews. Don't worry, there is a lot more to come. Just stand by my channel. That is Dominado E Motorsports Rally. And rest assured, I will see you on the next video. So bye
Make
for
sure
now.
to like. Make sure to like and subscribe him. All right. Good.
All right. All right. So thank you again for NicDroid, everybody.
Bye bye. Stay
Bye.
savage.